Hey guys, how are you? I hope you're all doing very well. This afternoon I'm going to be doing another movie review. This movie is a horror film from Peru, Spanish language English subs, released in the year 2014, directed by Dorian Fernandez Morris, and this film is called Secreto Matusita. So Secreto Matusita is set in Lima. It's based on an urban legend, and the urban legend says that on a second floor of an apartment complex there lived a Japanese family where the father killed everyone, then committed suicide. So it says that this house that has since been abandoned is now haunted. So this gets the attention of a paranormal entity sort of TV show, and they're going to make an episode based on this horrific event. And so they bribe a security guard to get inside this abandoned house, and they're going to document everything with hidden cameras. And this is where they start to believe that maybe there is some truth to the urban legend, as very strange things happen that ultimately put them all in danger. So whether or not they can live out the night to tell the tale is something you're going to have to find out for yourself, because that's as far as I'm going with my synopsis. Now my thoughts on Secreto Matusita. I'm a massive fan of Latin American cinema, as you guys all know, and I think Latin American cinema is criminally underrated. A lot of people don't notice it. There are not many reviews of Latin American films out there, so I'm trying my best to actually get Latin American films out there. So whether it's Argentina, Colombia, Uruguay, Chile, there are some fantastic films from these nations. But what excited me the most about Secreto Matusita is that it was from Peru. I've never seen a Peruvian film, let alone a horror film, so my expectation levels were basically unaware. I didn't know what to expect, so I was giving this movie every opportunity to really impress me. And after seeing researching some things on IMDb, after seeing this film on Netflix Argentina, I thought to myself, okay, this is a very low budget film, and it's a very intelligent film because it is found footage horror. So if you're not a fan of found footage horror films, this is not a movie for you. This is not a movie that is groundbreaking at all. It's just ultimately the problem I have with the film that I'll go into a little bit later. But I will say that it's very intelligently made. If you haven't got a big budget, use it as found footage horror, because it contributes to the positive of found footage horror, because it feels raw, it feels like a home video, and this is what the movie does. It does it very well in that it actually doesn't allow the viewer to notice the shortcomings in the budget. So it's very intelligently made, and I think that Dorian Fernandez Morris has created a film that demonstrates that this guy has a lot of skill in the horror genre, and I'm expecting very good things from this guy. I actually have another film of his on Netflix Argentina that I'm going to watch hopefully tonight, but he demonstrates a knack for the horror genre. He demonstrates a knack for creating something that's slow building, in that this movie is devoid of jump scares. There are a few jump scares, there are a few horror tropes that you've seen time and time again, but there are moments that were genuinely chilling, is because it didn't have a jump scare. It actually creeps up on you. Whether it's someone flashing a camera by and you see something out of the corner of your eye, you realise, okay, this is haunted. All of a sudden things are going very bad, and it just creeps up on you. There is a moment where a guy is shooting his camera, he's looking down at the floor, and a hand comes from between his legs, and I thought that was very scary. So there are moments in this film that I actually thought were the trademark of a very promising director. And although the movie is something you've seen time and time again, I still think this is definitely worth viewing at least once if you are a found footage horror fan. So I thought the overall story to the film was lacking a little bit, but I thought the overall mood to the film, the cinematography, the way it's shot, the acting was all very competent. So it comes in as a little bit of a surprise, is that I wasn't expecting this from Peru, and that's something that I appreciated the most, is that it felt like a very intelligent film. So the acting was very competent. There was some very natural reactions to the scary things that were happening, and so as a found footage horror film, I definitely think that it is worth viewing at least once, is because it's not as bad as I was dreading it would be, and actually thought to myself, okay, there are some genuinely creepy moments, and those moments really do capture you. But unfortunately, there are problems to this film. The biggest problem is the fact that you've seen it all before, therefore it becomes very predictable. When it becomes very predictable, you can actually, it does lose its sense of horror to some degree. It does lose that sense of suspense, is because you feel like, okay, I've seen these things happen in other films, and because of that, I can brace myself for what's going to happen. And the other negative I have of the film is that the overall story really wasn't that interesting. It should have been a lot more interesting than it was. It wasn't delved into a hell of a lot. There are some stories that were told about this, but I just didn't think the story captured me as much as I wanted it to. So that were the biggest problems. But as I said, if you are a found footage horror fan, then definitely go out there and see it at least once. Support cinema from countries that are little known. But if you are waiting for that found footage horror film that is going to blow you out of the water, that is going to be groundbreaking and put something unique into the subgenre, then this movie is definitely not for you. So overall, for Secreto Matusita, I'm going to give it 2 stars based on the fact that it is very predictable, but having said that, it's not a terrible film, and it's a showcase that this director has a very bright future. Alright guys, that's it for my review. If you enjoyed it, till next time, keep watching movies, and I'll see you later. Bye.